So guys, what's up? So in today's video, I wanted to talk about mixing. Like, just ask me question about mixing and mastering. Yeah. So if you watch my channel, I'll be making beats, mixing, and also teaching how to mix and master right from the scratch in a practical way. So if you have any question about mixing, you want us to talk about mixing, then I'm just trying to set my things. Okay, guys, if you have any question, you ask. I'm trying to set my things up before I start everything. Pardon me, this is my first time coming live. Okay, I don't know. I want you to do it in a landscape form, but it's not working for me. So if you have any question about mixing and mastering, you ask me, then I will gladly just tell you. I will answer your questions for you. I don't know. So we are talking. If you have any question, just ask me in the chat session. Then I'll look at it and answer you guys. I don't know. My thing is not actually showing well for me. Though. Okay, so if you want to know anything about music production, as in how to mix your song properly, mix and master your beat or anything, just ask your question and I'll go ahead and answer you well over here. Whatever you want to know about music production, I'm here to answer you guys. Yes. So if you want to know anything about mixing and mastering, just type it over there and let me just go straight into it and answer you guys over here. Yeah. Because sometimes I'll sit down and try to make the song for you guys. You do it and you apply it and still doesn't get your song to sound like the way you heard during our mixing stage. Yes. When I was doing mixing, maybe how my own sound, you did like it and love it. So you were just thinking about applying the same method to your own and you were not getting it, right? I mean it. I'm coming. Try. So if you want me to just ask me any question and I'll answer about mixing for you right away. I don't know. This is my first time coming to live, so pardon me if things are not going like I want it to be. So just ask me any question of your own choice about music production in general, how to mix. Because sometimes you watch tutorials on YouTube and you apply their techniques and everything. Still, your work doesn't sound like the way you really want it to sound. You get it? Yeah. So if you want any understanding of anything about mixing, just ask me right now and I'll just help you with that. Go into details about asking questions here. Answer you well. So I'm waiting for your questions and everything, right? If you have any question, I'm waiting for your questions and everything, right? If you have any question, If you have any question about music production, mixing and mastering, just answer. Just ask, and I'll go ahead and answer you. Yeah. So guys, anything about music production? Because when it comes to mixing, there are so many things that comes into play, right? There are so many things that comes into play whenever you are mixing your beat. Your vocals are always harsh. Your vocals are always harsh. Whenever you feel that your vocals are always harsh, it depends on so many things. But before I answer that question, let me ask you this before: is your room treated like where you have been doing your music production, where you have been recording? Is it treated acoustically, like you have panels that you have used, like my own that you can see at the background? You can see, yeah. So is the room treated? That's the first question. And the second question is, are you using what do we call it? Which mic are you using in recording? So I want to know the type of mic you are using in recording. Yeah, okay, fine. It's not treated. Okay. So which type of mic are you using when you are recording your vocals? Which type of mic? So that we can actually go ahead and see. Rode NT1. Okay, so okay, then it's a good mic. With which kind of sound card? Sound card. I want to know the sound card that you are using. Which sound card are you using? Focusrite 4th generation. The meaning is supposed to get um very good sound with this kind of two combination, because Rode NT1A signature series is a very good microphone. Yeah, yeah, I'm using some. That's what I'm using right now. And Focusrite 4th generation too. Yeah, it's a good sound card. So if your vocals are sounding harsh, your room is not treated. That one might be the cause. And whenever you are recording your vocals, whenever you are recording the vocals, it's either you are far away from the mic, or if you are close to the mic, we get to understand that your vocals become really heavy. You get it? Because if you are recording a song and you are really close to the mic, the vocals will become heavy. But if you are far away from the mic, it will really sound thin. So when you are mixing, you try to use your EQ to cut the low ends. The meaning, you are just cutting most of the high low ends from the vocal. You are not going to get the thickness of the vocal. So whenever you are doing the recording, make sure you are close to the mic. Make sure you are close to the mic a little bit, not too far away. So let's say this is the microphone. I'm coming. Let me just show you my mic then. Okay, so let's say this is my microphone. I'm bringing it. So now you can see the microphone here, right? Recording like this. Recording like this. You don't have to be too far away like this. When you do this, the vocal is going to sound thin. So when you try to apply your effect, when you try to apply your effect like your EQ and all those things, it's actually going to take away some of the heaviness of the vocals, right? And whenever your vocals is sounding harsh, if you record properly, if you record properly, like you are close to the mic in such a way like this is how I set my own. So already we are having some inch over here, and this thing too is also covering it so that it will give me some space, right? Yeah, so I'll get a good recording from the scratch. After getting the good recording, he said it doesn't really sound harsh when dry, but when I add compression or EQ, it becomes really harsh. Okay, okay, okay. So now I get your point. So right from the scratch, right from your recording, it sounds good. But when you try to apply the effect on it, then it sounds harsh. So this is what you have to do whenever you are doing your mixing. You apply your auto tune. I don't know if it's a rap vocals or singing. So let me say it's a singing vocal. It's not rap. So you're applying auto tune. You apply your auto tune, then maybe you move to your EQ. After applying the EQ, you still have to listen to it solo without any beat and just understand, listen to how it sounds. Is it sounding harsh after applying your EQ? If it is not sounding harsh after your EQ, then meaning you are good to go. But if it is sounding harsh after applying your first EQ, that is maybe taking away the bad frequencies, it's sounding harsh, then meaning the EQ that you did, you didn't do it well. So you just have to take it off or just clean everything and start again with the EQ. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, because if you recorded it raw, the dry without any effect on it, it's sounding good. But when you try to put your EQ on it, it sounds bad, like it becomes really harsh. Then meaning the fault is from the EQing that you did. Then you move to the next thing. If the EQing didn't give you the harshness that you think you hear now, you move to the next thing, maybe your compressor. After applying your compressor, you hear some harshness in it. Then meaning your problem is coming from the compressor that you are using, or you didn't do the compression well. So it's either you use a different compressor, or you go ahead and um, try to change the settings of the compressor so that you get to understand where the problem is coming from. You get it? Yeah, because if you record dry and it sound good, but when you apply your effects on it, you get to understand that now my vocals is sounding harsh. Then meaning what you have been doing, the effect you have been putting on it is really giving you that problem. So just be muting them one after the other. Whenever you are applying them, just be checking to see, am I getting the harshness or I'm getting the smooth or warm vocals. You get it? So if you are getting harshness in your vocals, then go back, mute everything, and start opening them one by one. Auto tune, you activate. You move to the EQ, you activate. If you have noise compress, no, denoiser on it or anything, you just activate them. The one that you think when you activate and it brings the harshness in it, then you just take it off, or maybe you just redo it instead of maybe EQing or compressing, or maybe yes, just go ahead and see where the problem is, the kind of effect that is giving you the problem. Then you take it off and do the right thing. I just believe I've answered you well, or if you have anything to, then you just go ahead and discuss. My favorite plugins. Okay, favorite plugins in terms of mixing the vocals or mixing beats. Mixing vocals or mixing beats. Mm, both. Okay. So always when it comes to the EQing section, if you have been watching my tutorial right from scratch, I always use far filter Pro Q3. I always use that, and when I put it on, sometimes, but most of the times, I always activate the Pre Plus post effect down there on the EQ. So I use far filter for my EQing. The first thing that I always put on my mixing chain is the EQing. Some people will go compression before EQing, but I like to take away all the bad things from my mixing. Then after that, I enhance the sound if I want to. You get it? So EQing first, that's far filter Pro Q3. Then I move to compression. Compression, I don't use the far filter compressor. Most of the times I always use uh, the waves plugin, waves and R compressor. I always use that one for the first compression, and I don't do too much of the compression. Yeah, because whenever I'm doing my mixing, I have to make sure manually I adjust the dynamic range of the vocals so that whenever I'm putting the compressor on it, I will not do too much to kill the dynamics of the vocals, right? So my favorite plugin will be the Valhalla Vintage. I like that reverb a lot. Yeah, I like that reverb a lot. But if you are looking for my mastering chain, like what I always my mixing chain, the preset, what I always use is fab filter, Pro Q. Then you go to R compressor. Then the DSN, I'll go for either R DSR or the normal DSR from Waves bundle. Then from there, I'll still come again for the EQ, which sometimes I use many M EQ, or I'll go ahead and use the, what do you call it? I'm forgetting the name, take off something EQ. It's just a solo EQ that I always use. And after that, I will just come to my another compressor. It's either I use the R Vox to control all the six well. with my R box compressor. Then I move to another thing, either using vitamin from waves to enhance the highs. Yes, so that I'll get some kind of crispy sound. I'll use vitamin in doing those things, and after that, I'll add one or two other effects which I don't normally use, but I'll add one or two other effects. Then the last thing I always put under my compressor, my mixing channel is CLA2A compressor. Yes, that's what I always use there. So these are my steps that I use in mixing sometimes. Yeah, and the reverb too. Sometimes I use two reverb or I use one reverb. Most time when I'm doing rap vocals, I just use one reverb. But if I'm doing for singing and I want this big reverb, I sometimes use two. One on my group channel, then one two as a sound effect for the vocals and everything. Yeah. So if you have any other question, just ask and we move on. I see you guys. Make sure you share, you tell your friends to join the live. Let us learn together. You get it? Yes. It's all about we learning together. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Where are you watching from? Where are you watching me from? Yeah. I appreciate you, man. Thank you a lot. And share to your friends, your colleagues who are also into audio engineering and everything, music production, and let's get along. Yeah. So I'm waiting for your questions. Anything you want to know about mixing? Okay, France. Yeah, yeah. I'm in Ghana. Ghana, West Africa, Ghana. One love, man. One love. And I was just testing how my life is going to be. But tomorrow, God willing, we'll just go live straightforward and talk about whatever you really want to know, and go ahead and do it. And in mixing of song to get that professional sound, I will tell you that I will tell you one secret that you really have to pay attention to. You know, whenever you come to YouTube, you try to watch videos. You don't really pay attention to all the details that that engineer is actually telling you, because you always want to see the end product of what the engineer is teaching you on YouTube. You just want to see, okay, he applied this, he did that, and at the end of the video, you just like the way it sounds. Then you go ahead and start watching most of his or her videos. But what you really have to understand is mixing, like you using the Focusrite 4 Gen and NTA mic is different from me, the kind of equipment that I'm using. And when you come to my studio, I'm also using Focusrite third generation and NT1 microphone, and also the speakers that I'm using is KRK. Maybe your speakers might not be good as my own, or it will be better than my own. And in better, I mean how it sounds, how you hear your sound will be different from how I hear my own. So if you just go ahead and apply the same thing that you learn on YouTube, as in the EQ and the steps and everything on your vocals, it will not really sound like the way you really want it to sound. You get it? Yeah. So what you're supposed to know and understand is whenever you are doing your mixing, your recording stage matters a lot. So guys, ask your question and let us go. So I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for your questions. Any question that you really want to ask, and I'll go in and just tell you whatever you really want to know about mixing. Okay. Um, wow. So I'm waiting for your questions. For your questions. Mixing is very broad. It's very broad. You cannot just use one day to mix. Some people will always tell you that if you want to get a good mix, you just have to upgrade your sound, as in your equipment. Some people will tell you if you want to get a good mix, you have to upgrade your sound. They will tell you have to upgrade your equipment. That's in getting big or expensive equipment. But in mixing too, it work both sides. Your equipment plays a role, and your ears also plays a role, and the knowledge you have about mixing also plays a role. You can get all the equipment that you're supposed to get, like big Adam audio, great speakers, correct sound card, and also correct microphone. In terms of everything, you have the professional ones. But whenever you mix, the outcome sounds very bad for you. You don't really like the way it sounds. Meaning, it's not only the equipment, right? But the knowledge is also part. So if you have the knowledge about mixing, and your ears have been trained in a way that you understand how sound should actually move, then you apply these three things. When these three things come together, then you are just good to go in terms of mixing. Or in other sense, somebody might also tell you that the equipment does not matter. All you need is the knowledge and your ears. Just train your ears. But mind you, that person telling you is also using some kind of expensive studio equipment, right? Yeah. So don't just sit there and say the equipment does no need. Everything is important. So guys, just ask me any question of your choice, and I'll just go ahead and answer into details for you, give you the direction, then you try. If it works for you, you get to understand. Yeah. So I'm still waiting for you guys. Okay, so I'm still waiting for your questions. Our brother from France has asked a question, and we have actually give an answer and some solutions to him. So when you try and everything goes on well, fine. So if you have any question about mixing and mastering, ask and let us answer for you, right? Yeah. So don't worry, we are all learning over here. So if you want to know anything about mixing, or maybe you have been facing some challenges or problems in terms of mixing, whether beat making or vocal mixing or anything, just voice it out and let us have a conversation. Whatever idea or knowledge I have about it, I'll just tell you guys. So I'm still waiting. Whenever it comes to mixing, there are so many things that goes into it, brother. Especially if you want your vocals to sit in the beat. It's not just one way trick that you just apply each and every day, then it works for you each and every time. Sometimes the one way trick that you have will work on a certain kind of beat or on a certain kind of song. But at the long run, you get another kind of project and you apply them, and it will be just moving anyhow on the beat. You get it? Yeah. So you have so many tricks whenever it comes to mixing, as in making sure that your vocals fit into the beat very well. And sometimes mixing to it depends on the artist's preference. Some artists will like their vocals to just stand out, like really in front of your face, and some too will like their vocals to be hidden at the back of the sound, right? Yeah. So it depends on what the artist wants. If a project is sent to you, just ask the artist what he really wants his sound to be, the direction he wants it to go. You get it? Then you just try and do it for him so that you like the mixing. Or if you yourself you're an artist, you are trying to mix your own song, then go ahead and do that. So I'm still waiting for your questions. You have not asked any question. That's why I'm talking about one or two things over here. So if you ask me any question, I'll go ahead and answer your question straightforward for you. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Mixing of song and mastering. Any question of your own choice, just ask and let me answer you straightforward. And go down there and chat me and let us see that nobody is actually asking a question with the exception of our brother over here. So guys, this is my first time coming, but God willing, tomorrow 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm just going to come live. Then we just discuss everything into detail. So if you have any question, any problem that you have been facing in terms of mixing, ask question about it and let us go ahead and answer you. So guys, I'm waiting for your questions. Okay, I'm waiting for your questions. Ask me question and I'll answer you right now about mixing, music mixing, mastering, and everything. Any question? Any question? Okay. Since no one is having any question right now, so this is my first time and today is my first time. Let us end it here. Then God willing, tomorrow, which is Sunday, 10 o'clock AM GMT. You get it? Ghana GMT. I'll actually come live. Then whatever question you have, anything you have, then we'll just talk about it. So that's where we are going to end. Thank you for watching. Go by the name King C. Make sure you subscribe, like, and also thumbs up. One love. We'll meet in our next live. I'm out.